I'm Lindsey Loon. So it's crazy times. I've told so many people to be safe that it sounds like I'm obsessed with getting people to wear condoms. I'm like I'm like a high school health teacher just running after the kids with condoms like, "Take these. This one's flavored. It's not bad. Don't ask me how I know." So I'm Jewish and half hillbilly. I'm a Jew-billy. My father's family's from the mountains in North Carolina, and my mother's is from 5,780 years of Jewish suffering. But it's fun being a Jew-billy. Shalom, y'all. I can get drunk on Shabbos and most other days, too. Yeah. I take my matzo balls bacon wrapped. We've got Jewish accountants who will do your taxes and hillbillies who will do your taxidermy. I've got Jewish guilt that erodes my soul and hillbilly ingenuity that erodes my credit rating. And I can never forgive, but I sure can forget. At least with some moonshine or Manischewitz. Let me get a mic here. So my dad's heritage is all North Carolina and Tennessee, but he actually grew up in Tampa when it was still the South. And it wasn't so much hillbilly as it was cracker adjacent. But even a little bit cracker is a crumb. And I don't want to call my dad a crumb. My dad's an astrophysicist, and I know what you're thinking. Another hillbilly astrophysicist. What a cliche. But rockets are the ultimate, hey y'all, watch this. So, my dad's work and mine are so similar. Like, I work as a photographer and act and do comedy, and it's basically astrophysics. Yeah. The satellites he works on photographs the mysteries of the universe. I photograph dogs' birthday parties. In Los Angeles, which is basically our own universe. He looks at stars. I look at wannabe stars. Whose egos can implode into black holes of nothingness. He deals with complex mathematics. I deal with complex Instagram stories. It's really the same journey. So, my dad has an interesting voice. He speaks in small capital letters for emphasis. And he likes to drop life lessons out of nowhere. So one day, he just goes, "Having unprotected sex is like running into traffic with your eyes closed." And I was so confused. I was like, is this a sex talk or a traffic safety talk? Because I was 12 years old. I didn't need either. But still. And then I realized it's my dad. It's both. He's just that efficient. Yeah. Ahead of the curve. So we had another sex talk a mere 10 years later. I told him I wanted to be an actor and comedian, and he just cut right to it. Don't get pregnant, and watch your sodium intake. Great with the double advice. So I got a tender phone call from him recently. "Lindsey, I'd like to apologize for your childhood. When you came along, your mother and I were rank amateurs. I think we've done much better with your sister." Everyone thinks they've done much better with my sister. Including my sister. And a few ex-boyfriends. Yeah. But I'm dating a guy now named Mike, and we've been on and off for 4 years. That's like a bachelor's degree with a major in disappointment and a minor in non-commitment. I feel kind of bad talking about him, but we discussed it, and he wants you to know that he's a good enough guy that he's okay with my talking about him in shows. Yeah. He's just not a good enough guy to be here. And he's right upstairs. He's right upstairs. True story.
Yeah.
But Mike and I are so different, you know. I'm talkative and social, and he's quiet. He doesn't say much. But when he does, it's really mean. Yeah, really mean. He's like my emotional non-support animal. But there's a lot of love. It's not a dead-end relationship. It's a cul-de-sac relationship. Is it cozy? Absolutely. Is it going nowhere? Absolutely. Yeah. So I've got a backup plan. If I get to the breaking point with Mike, I'll just set him up with my sister. I mean, we're half hillbilly. It's all in the family. So there's a good chance that I'm on an FBI watch list. You know, at least that's what my Jewish mother thinks. Like, I'm a photographer, and my website is iliketoshootpeople.com. True story. And I thought, good marketing. But my mom thought, Guantanamo. Look it up. That's really my website. And she really was terribly concerned. But my mom's a toughie. She's not neurotic Jewish, normally. She's Mossad Jewish. You know? Yeah. Shalom. And she's critical. You know, her words hurt. But she's a surgeon, too. So she cuts with more than words. Yeah. She did surgery on herself without anesthetic. Yeah. And she wears those sunglasses for after cataract surgery, like the huge wraparound ones. She doesn't need them medically. She just thinks they look cool. And I think she looks like the Terminator. And Arnold Schwarzenegger is her spirit animal. Yeah. So here's a phrase I like. Have a nice day. I think it's sweet, you know, especially in a tough quarantine, right? Have a nice day is just a classy way of saying, don't be an asshole. Thank you for choosing Verizon. Don't be an asshole. Here are your groceries, ma'am. Don't be an asshole. Thank you for donating to the American Cancer Society. Don't be an asshole. And here's a phrase I hate. Nice to meet you. Is it nice? You just met. It's hopeful to meet you. At best. All you know is you started that relationship with a lie. So I think we should do what the Japanese do. I grew up partly in Japan, and in Japan you say, hajimemashite. It has begun. It's on, you know? No promises. We could be besties, or I could cut you with my samurai sword. Hajimemashite. It's so handy. You can use it on internet dates, or for bombing Pearl Harbor. So in Japan, the women get naked together at the public bath. And one day, I'm the only foreigner in, and there's this lady in her 90s. She is so old. She is old as time. Her breasts are like pendulums, you know? And she's staring at me. So I say in Japanese, you know, how's it going? Nice weather. Just, saikin wa ii tenki desu ne. And she looks me up and down and says, hontou ni shiroi desu ne. You really are white. Zettai. All over. So that was my first Me Too moment. But I'm going to leave you all with some music because I think a lot about hillbilly and Jewish culture, and I think their souls overlap in music, you know? It's all happy, sad music. It's happy when it's sad when it's happy. You've got klezmer and blues, and klezmer's all, have a tequila, have 10 tequilas, have more Tequila. Oh my God. And that's the party song. And blues is just depression with sex appeal. I lost my job, can't pay my rent. Oy vey, feeling verklempt. It's the same journey. So be safe and lovable, y'all. Don't be an asshole, and hajime mashite. I'm Lindsey Loon.
Yay, Lindsey!